Hello, Mr. Republic of Avalon Radio. How you doing, mate? Jim, it's Paul Hopkins here from Birmingham, UK. I'm just catching up on your Raw episodes. I was just listening to one in April, which is absolutely ages ago, I know, but it seems to take me forever to catch up on the podcast. But you said that you'd only got one listener, so you may know. Well, you either know your one listener and it's not me, or you know that I'm listening by some kind of Avalon amazingness and the power that is in Avalon, and that you know it's me. But the chances are that you don't, and there's actually two listeners and I'm one of them, whatever. But it's all good anyway, and I love the whole kind of rambling kind of way that you do your podcasts. Sort of semi-organised, semi-chaotic, but always entertaining. And listening to your neighbour Rose just made me laugh. Some of the stuff she was on about, yeah, did make me genuinely laugh out loud, I have to say. Anyway, keep doing your podcasts, and it's actually encouraging me because I need to start mine again. And if you want to hear mine, we're talking about VI podcasting, and it's at vipodcasting.libsyn.com. Anyway, brilliant show. And the other thing I was thinking about was words. Some of the words you say are very similar to English words. Well, but I guess that's your kind of Irish roots anyway, isn't it? So British, English, Irish, whatever. Yeah, a lot of the words are very recognisable. So that's fun. Oh, and I'll go and buy some of your CDs as well. I need to see what you're doing that's new. I'm sure there is something. If you've got 5, you didn't have 5 before when I was last listening, or listening last, whichever way around that's meant to be. And love to Lillian too. And yeah, let her continue to give us her insights, because they are very, very, very insightful, and always good to hear her voice too. So, and love to you too, and love to you both, and to everyone that you love. All right, take care, speak to you soon, bye-bye.
Jim, we can't be heartless about it.
We can't be brainless either. Don't tell me you want to keep Lily.
I do.
Jim, you're not being fair.
Where's Lily?
Out in the garage with Clyde Beatty.
Who?
Never mind.
Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps.
It's a podcast. Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours Avalon Standard Time. Republic of Avalon Radio.
The best radio in the whole wide world.
You're with the roar.
Here now is Jimmy Fiddler.
Yes, Republic of Avalon Radio. You are with the roar, and I am Jimmy Fiddler. People call me Jim, so what the heck. Welcome to episode 101. It's kind of like the first episode of the rest of our Roar lives, after having actually reached that milestone, that episode 100. It was kind of a long time coming, and here it is. It's come and gone, and episode 101 is kind of like the beginning of the rest of the whole thing. So welcome aboard. If you're a new listener, very, very glad to have you on board. Go over to our website, republicofavalonradio.com, and check out all the wonderful stuff over there. Lots of things you can check out and do. All my CDs are over there, so you can get that music if you so desire. As well, all kinds of ways of getting in touch with us, and we have a group. We have a Facebook group for Republic of Avalon Radio over there. You can just click on that and go on in there and join the group. And you can also throw in your 2 cents. That's a handy feature there. You can comment on anything you've heard on the Roar. You can also perhaps even mention something you might like to hear in the future, or just throw in your 2 cents and banter back and forth with some of your fellow Roar listeners, whatever. So that's all there, and a whole bunch of other things too on that there little old website of yours, really. That's what it is. It's I have my own website, jimfiddler.com. Lillian has lillianfiddler.com. But the Roar is really kind of us together and you all. That's what that whole thing is all about. So go on over there and check that out. And of course, our longtime listeners who've been around, who helped make episodes 1 through 100 what they were by your participation. And many of you have never even participated. Maybe I might put out a general call for any lurkers. Anybody lurking out there who have been listening and have never ever called the Roar line or sent us an email or anything. We'd love to hear from you. If you're in China, if you're in Singapore, if you're in Texas, if you're in other parts of Canada, America, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, we'd love to hear from you and know that you're out there. That's the thing. For us, just knowing that you're there is very cool for us. So don't be shy. Give us a shout and let us know that you're there. And speaking of you being there, just want to send out a big thank you on behalf of Lillian and myself to everybody who was there at episode 100 at Aaron's Pub. A great big thank you, of course, to all the performers. And go buy their CDs. If you hear anything in episode 100, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. And if you hear anything there that tickles your fancy, go and buy their CDs. These are all independent artists, and none of them have $1 million budgets from major record labels or anything like that. And us musician types, we like eating and things like that. So if you any music there that you like, take a chance. What's it going to cost you? $20 or something to buy a CD. Go and do that. A big thanks to all the artists. Also, of course, a big thank you to Toby McDonald for very graciously emceeing the evening for us. A big thank you to Ralph and Jody for supplying the venue. Big thanks to Pam at the bar for all her help and cooperation and just helping make the evening go smoothly and make sure that everybody was well taken care of and all that. A big thank you to all of you who sent in your emails and your shout-outs and all that. If you listened to episode 100, I don't think we could get everybody in there. Some editing had to be done. Some things had to be chopped. The darn thing would have been 10 hours long if I hadn't edited the thing down. As it stands now, I think it's like 2 hours and 37 minutes, something like that. So But yeah, all those emails and so on that you guys sent in, kind of wishing us well for episode 100, those were read at the show, at episode 100. And I think it really kind of acted as a bit of an eye-opener for a lot of people. I think, several people in the room knew about Republic of Avalon Radio, somewhat. But, the bulk of our listeners aren't from around here. The bulk of our listeners are you guys all over the world. And so we're not really preaching to the choir very much, as it turns out. But those emails, those messages that you guys sent in, them being read out in that room, really, I think, opened a lot of people's eyes to kind of the fact that myself and Lillian are doing something. We're sharing a piece of our lives, and subsequently their lives as well, because this place here is their home, and all these people that we meet and share with you guys, and all the music and so on. I think it just maybe struck a lot of people for the first time, hearing messages being read from Barbados and New Zealand and America and Canada and all these places. I think it really kind of brought the point home to them that there's something kind of special going on here. So a big thank you to all of you for all your shout outs and your emails, and a great big warm roar thank you to our good friend Michael McInnis in South Carolina, who actually dropped a bit of plunk at the pub for us that night. He wasn't able to be here and buy us a few pints or whatever, but he managed to do it through the wonders of modern technology. And that was very, very much appreciated. Everything we do here is out of pocket. We don't have any corporate sponsorship. We're just listener supported. So other than what we may get by somebody dropping a bit of coin or a bit of paper into the tip jar at republicofavallonradio.com, everything is out of pocket. So all of this that we do is a labor of love, and it's just something that we do for free, for no pay. In fact, it's not even free. It costs us money to do it, for all the bandwidth and storage space and equipment and all these things. So that's always appreciated. And in this case, it was very much appreciated because it allowed us to chill out and relax just that little bit more that night. It kind of eased a little bit of, I guess, potential financial stress, and we were able to relax and have a jar, buy a couple of pints around, and so on and so forth, and just kind of like spread that good vibe. So great big thanks to Michael. And also, he sent me this T-shirt, a Bob Marley T-shirt, and a great one, not one of the sort of cheaper generic ones, a really, really nice Bob Marley T-shirt. And I was having a very, very difficult time, but I managed to hold out, and I did, and not wear it until the night of episode 100. So that's what I wore. I was a sharp-dressed man wearing my new Bob Marley T-shirt for Roar 100. I resisted the temptation of even trying it on or touching it or looking at it or whatever until that night, and in fact just put it on just when we were just about on our way out the door. So great big thanks to Michael. You weren't here, but you were definitely felt and definitely thought about. So yes, indeed. Let's just press on here. This episode, we're going to take you out on walkabout with myself and Lillian, as well as two good friends of ours, John and Pauline. And it's only the second time that we've done that. Had anybody but just Lillian and myself on walkabout. The last time was my brother Andrew and his fiancée Krista came with us. But this time we have our good friends John and Pauline, and we talk about many things, including Norris Point. And we've had a series of Norris Point synchronicities recently. The first of which is finding recordings that we thought had vanished into the ether. We were out there last May. I did a series of shows, one of which, a very special show with Jim Payne and Carla Pilgrim. It was a songwriter circle, recorded live, no amplifiers, no PAs, no microphones, no cables, no nothing. Just recorded the three of us on the stage, just playing our acoustic instruments and singing and talking to the audience. And it's a real bit of magic. Hope you enjoy that. That's coming up in episode 102. But we talk about that. I thought I had lost the tapes. They're not tapes, but the recordings. But they did turn up. So we are going to be able finally to bring you retrospectively the show from Norris Point. And we talk about all kinds of other things too. A lot of walking on water going on. You'll have to check that out. In the meantime, let's carry on here. Go to the website, republicofavalonradio.com. Say hi to us. Get in touch with us. Buy my CDs, all that kind of wonderful stuff. And in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I am Jim Fiddler, and you are listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
So, what's next?
Okay, Mother Radio. This is the copy for the new Republic of Avalon radio station ID.
Yeah, I've got it here. Hang on a minute. This is Newfoundland. This is Newfoundland. First.
Cue the effects. Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
This is Newfoundland's first podcast. You're with the roar. By the way, am I getting paid to do this?
Everybody seems to be inviting me. I don't wanna go to no war party. Everybody seems to be inviting.
Hi, this is Eddie Grant, and you're listening to the Republic of Avalon Radio. Take your time.
Everybody seems to be inviting me, but I don't wanna go to no war party. Republic of Avalon Radio.
Either you're with us or you're with the terrorists.
You're with the roar!
Republic of Avalon Radio. You are with the roar, of course, and so am I, and so is he.
Hello.
Greetings.
We have company.
And so are they. We have Jean-Michel Lannon et son femme. We have John and Pauline with us here. Greetings all. Yes. They just came up. Those crazy people. They were downtown and they called us and they said, "Hey, why don't we walk all the way up there, and then we'll turn around and walk all the way back down with you guys." So I think
walking on water.
They like walking on water. Yeah, they were just telling us that we never realized it before, but apparently a regular part of the roar, part of our shtick that we do is just for you listeners. We apparently walk on water. It does happen, and we never thought of that before. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm sure maybe if we went back, what's that mean? If we go back and listen, I'd say it's quite likely that there's some sort of, we probably noticed it, it was a fleeting moment somewhere, perhaps. Yeah.
The oldest street in North America.
The oldest street, yes, and you can tell when you're driving on it. Not hard to tell. Yeah. So now let's get off the road. Here comes the madman in the pick 'em up truck. You guys ever heard it called that? Pick 'em up truck? No?
No.
Yeah, that's a common thing. Pick 'em up truck. Yeah, but as I was just going to say, we were talking earlier to our friends Rod and Jennifer, and somehow there seemed to be a conspiracy that we would be seeing them this evening, but apparently not. And then poof, here come John and Pauline out of the blue.
And you
out
guys,
of the Labatt's Blue side.
Out of the Labatt's Blue, yeah.
You guys left a message earlier on you called the landline.
Okay.
And I didn't get to it in time, and I got your message, but I didn't know how to get back to you. But I was just thinking about you both. I was just thinking about you guys before you called. Oh, yeah? I was just wondering if we might see you tonight. So.
Oh, the landline.
The landline, yes.
There you go.
That kind of thing always happens. Well, the freakiest thing We went out to Norris Point last May. I did a show out there, and well, I did a bunch of shows out there. But anyway, we recorded for this show, and somehow, in the confusion, we lost the recording. The recordings were gone. We had a few little interviews that we did, but the musical shows were gone. So, I mean, we were out there and we're telling everybody, yeah, we're recording all this and we're going to go back to town and get it all up for you guys and all that.
So disappointing.
It was terribly disappointing. But, yeah, but night before last, I stumbled into this folder on an external hard drive called R9. That's the name of this little machine here. R9 files. And just, they were generic files, recordings that weren't named. The machine automatically names them, like R001, R002. And I just clicked on them to see what they were. And here were the freaking shows out in Norris. Yeah. The lost Norris tapes, yeah.
The Norseman tape.
Well, then we go down to the pub last evening after me spending all day just pulling up these files and kind of doing the stuff you do on them, normalizing them and compressing and all that. I just spent all day working on that. Okay, let's go down to the pub now. And some missus comes up to me. That's some missus, but, this is, from last night's perspective. Some missus comes up to me and says, hey, hi, Jim, you don't know me, I'm so-and-so. I met you out in Norris Point. Blah, blah, blah. That was a wonderful show you guys did that day. Wow, that was magical. And I said, well, geez, I just spent all day working on that up until last night. We thought it was lost.
And she said that I had promised to send her the link for the show.
Yeah.
And I guess she never received the link for the show, so...
So I think we might be meeting them here this evening after, I think.
I, like God, don't believe in... Don't roll dice and don't believe in coincidence.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And then also you met Pam behind the bar.
Yes.
She headed off to Norris Point this morning.
Oh,
and she's never.
And she's never been there in her life.
Been there before. This is like a last minute sort of trip,
She says, how about warning me?
Oh, I thought I had you over there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you did have me right there. She's all ducked down herself, and she's like all about the size of a hobbit.
There's one branch stuck right in your path only.
Yeah, of course.
It wasn't coincidence.
No. It was not.
We went in there at night and it was like, what's wrong with the vibe? Pam's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
So who's there? Who's working?
Bearded fella.
Ford.
Okay.
Just back from a holiday.
It's like an Irishman.
Yeah. That would be him.
Black Irish.
Yes. So, these kinds of things happen to us all the time. We don't call them coincidences. We call them synchronicities, I guess, or something like that. Just way too many of them, and several of them multi-layered. Not just the one thing, but, I mean, like that, months and months and months and months and months. And then I find the recording, work on it all day, go down. Mrs. comes up to me, hi, I met you in Norris Point, wonderful show. And Pam says, okay, I'm off to Norris Point in the morning.
That was bizarre.
And Mrs. being there had nothing to do with Pam going to Norris Point. It wasn't like...
No.
There was no connection between them either.
No, actually there was, but she was driving down the road and she saw us out for a cigarette, myself and Jim and Pam. And so she pulled the car around and she came back.
Pulled the car around and came back. Yeah.
And then stopped and she knew Pam and said hello to her, and then she came right over to us and said, I met you in Norris Point and I wanted to come and say hello.
You know who's sitting in on Friday night sessions tonight?
Who?
Daniel Payne and Margaret McEwen. Last time I saw him was in Norris Point.
Oh, no.
No way. Actually, you know what? The last time we saw Daniel Payne was in Norris Point.
That's right. Uh-oh. Is there a point to this? This is not a pointless weekend. Can you turn the speaker up toward us?
Yes.
So we can... It might be turned down a bit low. No, yeah, you had it upside down or buried or something.
No, I thought it was a bit loud earlier, so I kind of muffled it a bit.
Trying to be the DJ.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, Mr. DJ. Yep. Are we keeping you up, darling?
Sure, these guys
Yeah, we don't
you've been walking all night.
That's right. We don't usually get Pauline up till 4 in the morning.
That's right.
That's right.
This is early for her.
Hey, we need a ride. Taxi.
I'd normally be napping now.
What's that?
I'd normally be sleeping now.
Okay. We're definitely, folks, we're eating into her beauty sleep. Yeah, I was going to say that, but I thought, hey, now, hold on. Maybe should I say that? Yeah. That's why I wear the shades, you know? There's many reasons. There are many reasons why I wear the shades, and I'm always looking for a new reason to give, you know? You're hiding the music away from us again. Are you a shaman?
No, I'm not hiding it away. It's okay.
Okay, I can hear it now.
It's much lower, this one actually.
Well, I don't know. We're on the road to Terra Nova. That's what it is. Yes. So it is chilly.
It's much chillier tonight.
Much chillier than it was.
It was gorgeous.
The times that it wasn't chilly.
Yeah.
Lily.
Walking on water can give you a chill.
Walking on water. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, folks. It can be done. You know, and not just by certain special blue-eyed semites either. Oddly enough. You got to watch out for stuff like that. Blue-eyed semites and fat guys who live in the North Pole and guys with beards on clouds and stuff. You got to watch out for all that, kiddies.
We're on the road to Terra Nova.
Oh, and Columbus too. Watch out for that myth.
Do you guys know this song here?
Hand them the music.
Yeah.
You guys.
This is Jim's song, Terra Nova.
Well, it's Jaja's song, really.
Jaja's song. You delivered it.
This is like a music pod. What the heck is this thing?
It's just a sound bag. It's got the iPod is inside and plugged in. It's just a speaker bag.
Interesting.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is. I've never seen anything like this.
$15 at Radio Shack. It amazes me.
Yeah, look at that. It's got a carabiner on it to hook onto your hip.
Absolutely. And a little kind of meshy little elasticized little thing for you to put your listening device in on one side, and on the other side just an off-on switch and a wire with a 1/8" stereo plug that you plug into your device, and the speaker, the audio, the speaker's not inside, the audio is directed out, so you can put your thing in, plug it in, turn it on, zip it up, and out comes your sound.
I never realized Radio Shack had such good taste in music.
Why our kids have a pink one like that?
No.
One of the girls had a pink phone they got at Walmart or something.
I don't remember
I thought
anything
they
like
did.
this.
You don't have your Kinderbeasts shopping at Walmart, do you?
Well, as less as possible, but in Gander we didn't have too many options to assure you.
Oh, okay.
At the crossroads of the world.
Yes.
Former crossroads.
In the outport, not the airport. Hey, yeah.
All right for him.
All right for him, yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, never forget that one. That is a Pentonism. Gander. It's not an airport. It's an outport.
It's not an outport. It's an airport.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got that backwards.
Pentonism, Lynn.
Yeah. That's we have to thank our good friend Len Penton for that one. Thank you, Len Penn. Yes, indeed.
Brother, Roy?
Ray, yep.
Ray Penton. I saw Ray today.
Okay. You saw him today?
I saw him today lurking in a minivan outside of the rooms.
Oh, okay.
With somebody else.
Uh-huh.
Trying to be nondescript, but obviously with artistic intentions in mind.
Okay. Oh, that's Freddie Jorgenson playing the whistle there.
Really?
Yep.
Where is he now?
Right now? Hang on.
Call him up.
He's on George Street. He's somewhere on George.
He's still in town, is he?
As far as I know.
I don't get to, we're from Gander. So we don't
Well, he was at he played at the thing last week, at the Roar 100.
Yeah.
Him and Arthur O'Brien.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's his name.
Yeah.
The guy with the voice, the two-stage voice.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other interesting thing about that song is that We just heard recently that it's finished and about to come out. A group in Minnesota recorded that song on their new CD, which is about to come out. So that song has gone international, not just from the perspective of being played, but from the perspective of being recorded. It's just kind of cool. Some people say, well, how do you feel about that? Other people doing your songs? And I tell them, they ain't my songs, you know. I only own the copyrights.
Well, this thing about being open to the universe and a definite flow, whether it's Tom Waits or that author that just did the Eat, Pray, Live.
Okay.
I don't know. You know, the fact is that it flows through us. We just got to be brave enough to open up to it.
That's right.
Conduits.
Yeah. And I'm all about Eastern philosophy. I'm like, what the hell is there past the overpass?
That's Western philosophy.
No, past out there, maybe they got Western philosophy past the overpass, but in here, we'll stick to our Eastern philosophy, yeah. I don't know, I gave that a fair look, like anything else, you know. I thankfully haven't spent, you know, in the school of life, I wasn't just sent to one particular class, you know. I've been able to skip from class to class, you know, while skipping class to go to skip to another class and all that. And yeah, I think, you know, a lot of this sort of Eastern stuff is, I think it's basically something that a certain group of people who would call themselves globalists have to sort of, it's part of the destruction of the West, is what I'm saying. It's a conspiration. That's what it is. It's a part of the grand conspiracy to get us all sort of sitting around and dinging on bowls and.
Oh, you think?
I think so.
So as we walk on the Grand Concourse of St. John's,
yeah,
we're talking about the grand conspiracy.
This is true. Yeah. Oh, what were we looking at earlier? We were looking at the.
Yes.
What? What?
I don't know, I stepped on something really kind of sharp.
Something sharp?
Yeah, it was a grate, like a manhole cover grate.
Okay.
And, had these real steel things. Anyway,
tell that. What was it we were looking at earlier? The what's it called again? The jiggity jig. What's it called?
Yeah, it's a good
Under the overpass.
Under the overpass.
Up there. People in sleeping bags.
Really?
Yes. Here, on the far eastern edge of the Western world. Homeless people.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's true.
It is true. It is true, folks. Thankfully not in there.
God, they're right there.
Thankfully not in there. They're probably like kids from BC or something.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I would say.
They just got tired beating, relentlessly, aimlessly banging on their bongo or something. I'm not bitter.
The sure sign is a German Shepherd dog, and I see one of those up there.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
They always got a German Shepherd with them, don't they?
Yes, they do. Usually.
He likes the music.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's listening to the music.
Oh, this song here, by the way, that's playing with me on this one is the Campbell brothers, who play with a group now called the Mudmen. And the singing little bit coming up here is Mary Jane Lamond.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yes. We worked together on a couple of runs of a show in Toronto and got to know each other really well and became good friends.
So now they're Lamond Camels in the mud?
Oh, yeah. There they are, the Pipers, two of them. Two big bruising lads.
Yeah.
They used to be bouncers. You know,
Really?
they're always getting hired as bouncers because they're these big, stocky guys.
Yeah, like 6'4", 6'5", big.
You know, they look
No
terrifying,
way.
but
Yeah.
they're gentlest souls. you ever
Gentlest
wanna meet.
people, yeah.
But they
And-
look like, you know,
And
terrifying.
they're into the plates?
Yes, and they kind of, you know, they.
Britners?
No, they're from. Well, they're Scottish, obviously, but grew up in Ontario.
Oh, yes.
Campbell is their
Dam
name,
robbers.
and you know, kilts and Doc Martens and the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, they look pretty interesting coming out on stage because they'd come out first and they'd march out in their kilts with the long socks on and the high Doc Marten boots.
Yeah. So as to indicate.
T-shirts. Yeah. Not anything, not a white shirt or anything, but like kind of the muscle shirts. Or, kind of
so as to say, we ain't shagging around here, folks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then the show opened with Rhythm of the Goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I wasn't shagging around either. What are you doing?
We're going through some scaffolding, did you?
Yeah, I know, but I was wondering what she was doing about it.
No, I hit my bag, actually.
Did you? Did it hurt? Okay.
No.
Right.
So that must have been quite a visual.
Oh my God, the whole show was spectacular.
Where was this?
In Toronto. We did one run at the Princess of Wales Theatre and another run at the Royal Alex. And I mean, this is like a multi-million-dollar production. We were doing like 8 shows a week for like 6 weeks both times, and we had the laser light show was freaking amazing. They got the guys in that Pink Floyd and Tina Turner and David Bowie and all these guys. They got those guys, these 2 guys, who developed that technology. That whole laser light system isn't just something that they went and picked up at Eastern Audio. They developed this stuff. And the best dancers, like champion world-class Irish and Scottish dancers. And
so there's a video out of this somewhere?
There's no video, no.
CBC or
no.
somebody?
I have a few photographs.
She's got some photos.
That's about it.
And there was a CD. We put out a CD. Yeah. But it was a great experience. Just heard from there's another track on that record that this very young kid at the time, he was maybe, 15 at the time?
Yeah.
James McKaie, he played on, and just heard from him recently. He just put out a new record and he wants to send it to me, and he said, that's bizarre that you put out this reggae album. He said, I just can't listen to anything but reggae lately, Mm-hmm. So that was very cool. But I'm telling you, seriously, that was worth, and some people did, that was worth flying to Toronto just to see that show. Because it put Newfoundland and Newfoundlanders and our culture and our music right up there. No hokey pokey, no goofy noofy, no nothing. Yeah. It was class.
They closed off the street, one of the streets there in Toronto when the show
the opening.
started. And they had the Newfoundland government put a pile of money into it, and they had food, all kinds of
Tobin was
Newfoundland
there
food,
and all the lads. Yeah.
The stage set up for Newfoundland performers, and it was really, really showcasing Newfoundland. They went all out. Which was
And then
the Ennis sisters were in it as well.
Yeah, the NI.
And the Irish Descendants.
The Irish Decadents, yeah.
And was that all from Newfoundland?
Was that all from? I think so.
And
Eamon Dillon was in the show, the guy who, after that show, produced a record with him, the 5-time All-Ireland Uilleann Pipe champion and 3-time All-Ireland Whistle champion.
Right.
And John McDermot.
Really?
Mary Jane Lamond.
Jim shared a dressing room with John McDermott.
For a good while.
Yeah.
And after I got out of that, and had my own dressing room, the next dressing room to me was Denny Doherty.
Oh, really? God,
and
bless his big heart.
Yeah, he is, yeah. And boy, I tell you, after each show, he would come over to my dressing room and just sit down and chew the fat with me and tell me stories about, the mamas and papas and how they would be in Bermuda, and how John would get on the gambling and blow all the money, and they had no way to get home. So then they had to ring up their parents and get wired money from New York to get plane fare to get back home and stuff like that. Man. Oh yeah. That's fascinating stuff.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Kitty folks.
Kinderbeesten. So Lamond, she's just a whiff of the thing, or?
What's that? Mary Jane Lamond?
Yeah, trying to visualize the two big guys in the
how would you describe her?
She's very
slender?
willowy.
Yeah.
What a beautiful performance she gave.
Oh my God, yes. And she sings all in Gaelic, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just happened to be passing the pizza parlor. You smell something?
Yeah. Well, no, I smell it now though. But yeah, so she sings all in Gaelic and still does, to my knowledge. I don't think she's put out a pop song or anything recently, which I think is a good thing. Although she could. I mean, she has a really good voice, so she could sing anything she wanted. But it's jarring when people hear you sing all in Gaelic.
Yeah.
I even find with Karen Matheson, you know?
Uh-huh.
I listen to Karen Matheson and I listen to her singing in Gaelic, and I love that. And then I hear her singing in English, and it just doesn't sound right to me. You know? You know Karen Matheson, the Scottish singer?
Scottish girl.
Yeah.
It's fairly quiet down here tonight.
Yeah, what's with that? Where are all the downtown girls? Jeez Louise.
We got the Pied Piper song here for the downtown
That's
girls.
right. Yes, you'd think they'd be...
They'll be following us down the street.
There'd be a string of them coming behind us, you'd think.
Great video.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
I was thinking about a video.
The Pied Fiddler?
While I was in the Aaron's Pub bathroom, and the only bathroom I've ever seen that postered pads above the urinal.
With the headrests, yeah.
Yeah, you could start with a guy waking up and he's just kind of lying on this upholstered pad. Could be in some airport anywhere in North America, but you zoom out and it's in the can of Aaron's Pub, and you go outside, and there's of course great music, and then you head out and walk on water to more scenes, maybe even one of those helicopter shots.
Okay. Aerial photos.
Yeah, just kind of pull back.
Yeah.
Right?
I like your idea of waiting for Jeff.
Oh yeah, waiting for Fidel.
In Barbados.
Yeah,
Well,
waiting for
I had
Jeff.
that. I had that idea. I think that's an obvious one, really, when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's most of my ideas.
I've come up with marvelous inventions just only to realize, you know, to get my heart broken and somebody already thought of that, you know. I think that happens to everybody.
But no, you're talking about a guy that has had an impact, you know.
There's no
everybody
question.
got a story, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Like I was saying that night outside, I don't know if we get that on tape, but you know, the guy cruises in the town, next thing you know, the challenge goes out and Gander ends up with a long-awaited youth center. You know?
Yep.
And we did diversions in music back then. He let us on the airwaves, you know, a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds, grade 11, first year, second year university. Diversions in music. Dimwits. Woohoo! All right?
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, you don't kick a dead horse, I guess, you know? That kind of thing.
Hell no.
I cannot think of another. Well, I got to tell you, I got to confess who my all-time Newfoundland hero is, really.
Here it comes. Drum roll.
Are you ready? Oscar Hurley-Eye.
Yes, boy.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's.
You know who Oscar Hurley-Eye is, Pauline? Yes, you do.
That's
Full Moon Rising.
that's my guy. But when you think about it, he kind of built what Jeff needed to do what he did, so that there's a connection there. Yeah. He built that whole thing, that NTV thing.
Yeah.
That was Oscar Hurley-Eye, and he got me fixed up with my first bit of radio gear. And
speaking of busking.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
How's it going? Passing Richard Mixer, folks. Some of you all know Richard Mixer from way back from episode 1 of The Roar. And there he is, still playing away.
Yeah.
He is the number one busker on Republic of Avalon Radio.
He's solid.
He was literally in the first episode. Yep. So.
See you Monday night.
So there we are, lads and lasses.
We're almost there.
We's almost there.
We're almost there.
We are. I can see the landing lights.
We have to hold up the bank machine.
Oops.
En route.
Someone got to. Just don't drop it, that's all.
So it's like Marconi's right-hand man, the guy that had the first radio station on number 11 Parade.
Oscar Hurley was the man, I'm telling you.
TV. Marconi's right-hand man, what was his name? Collins or something? The marquee up on the old CBC building talks about him.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he started the first radio station there on number 11 Parade.
Well, of course, Oscar wasn't that old, so...
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't around. He's the
man that did all the legwork.
Oh, he did, the whole CJON NTV thing. He did VOWR, set that up. He was running his own radio station out in Carbonear, Harbour Grace, years before any of the NTV and the VOWR stuff, I think. So,
well, I'm going to pass you this. We're going to go hit up a bank machine.
Oh, there's one in the pub.
There's one in the pub that charges there's one in the pub. Oh, she's already across the street and running.
Okay. Well, we'll say so long, folks, and for now, and hope you've enjoyed our little chat and our bit of banter. A bit of better banter will not be found than the bit of banter between John, Pauline, Lillian, and myself, I think. Tonight, anyway, on this recording.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It is fun. It's interesting when it's not very often that it's not just us.
Exactly.
I mean, there was that one episode with Andrew and Krista.
Uh-huh.
And how many others? Was that it?
I think that's it.
So this is only the second time, folks, that we've had other people with us for Walkabout with Jim and Lillian. So it's Walkabout with Jim and Lillian and other folks.
Yeah. It's a good thing the sidewalks are wide here.
Yeah.
We could actually walk 4 abreast.
Really?
Except for right here because there's too many people coming and going. But
well, actually, yeah, that is what we were doing. Yeah, like shoulder to shoulder, 4 of us.
Can be done on water.
Can be done on water.
Walking on water.
Not only can you walk on water, but you can do it 4 abreast.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. I'd walk 4 abreast. And a leg.
Walk for 4 abreast, yes.
And a leg.
They run for breasts, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a wing.
And a wing and a thigh.
I like me chicken parts.
And a wing and a thigh.
Especially the thighs and the breasts. My favorite chicken parts. See, I mean, no matter what, if you're clever, you can keep that clean rating in iTunes. You know, it can be done.
Oh yeah.
You can get away with a lot of stuff. You know, still be clean.
For sure.
It's true. You just have to keep washing behind the listener's ears. That's all.
Yes, that would be. Yeah, no dirty thoughts.
Hope you like German too. Yes. So we have not heard from our friend Mike Busboom in a long time.
Oh, we haven't. Mike, if you're out there, let us know.
Let us know that you're out there. Get in touch with us. Send us a shout out. Something or other.
Yeah,
we would
love to hear from you.
We would love to
again.
hear from you.
We miss you.
We hope all's well with you and yours, and we wants to hear from you.
Yes. Hi, good.
What?
That's the girl we met on the boat coming back from St. Pierre, remember?
Oh, really?
We did a little...
what the heck's with all this?
We did a little piece with her.
We did. I don't think it ever made it into the show, though, because it was all distorted.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's it for this little stroll. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're jamming right straight from Roar. And we'll catch y'all round the corner.
Hey, good night.
Woo!
a Root Cellar production.